This is my Phantom wallet. I have accumulated over $1/3 million, not through trading, but through deving. If you watch this video, I'm going to show you a simple and step-by-step process that has allowed me to consistently dev successful coins. Check it out, guys. You're going to make some serious cash. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Okay, guys, here we are. We're coming to the live demonstration portion of this video. But first, there's just something I wanted to look at in terms of using these charts as a bit of a lesson or a metaphor. Now, some coins in the game can take a really long time. I mean, take a look at this one. This period of activity here, you know, that's about 8 or 9 days. But look at this. Over the whole course of this coin, that is 30 days. And, you know, there's a fair few amount of days in that initial sort of moments there where it's flatlined, where you'd have to be very patient and then wait another 9 days before you made any serious money on your initial investment. That's assuming you got in early. You know, we can't always do that. Sometimes we come in a bit late and then it goes down and we don't know if it's going to be rug pulled. However, if you want your P&Ls to be looking consistent like this person's here, it's about time you started deving, because frankly, the game is rigged against the traders. All those reds are probably his trades and all the greens may very well be from deving or knowing devs. Now, we are going to use createcoin.fun. That is the platform that we are going to use to launch our own coin, and we don't need to know any coding. I don't know a single line of code. I don't know how to go clickety-clack on my keyboard. I just know how to push buttons. And if you know how to push buttons, then you will be fine to create your own coin with a little bit of soul and get it on market and reap the rewards. So the thing about this process is that it can be done within seconds, okay? And I will show you that soon enough. But first, let's have a look at markets, because there's an important thing to know about where your coin is going to end up. Now, we're looking at the pump market here, and, you know, this is somewhat unusual because a lot of these coins are doing actually quite well, but as you can see as I go further down, for the most part, most don't get past 2k, and that is because there is so much bloat in pump. Okay, there's 10,000 coins being uploaded every single second. You're having to compete with them and everybody else. If we switch to dynamic on Axiom, we can have a look at the Matora market, which is what CreateCoin uses. Now, as you can see here, the coins in the millions are a lot more consistent. Okay, so these are in the tens of Ks, 1.92 million there, and as you can see, there's a lot more coins that are getting past those initial sort of blue areas. 29 billion on that coin there. That's really impressive. So we're going to launch a coin on that market. Now, I've got just over $100 of Solana in my wallet, so I recommend you have that amount ready to go. So we're going to connect our wallet. Now, we connect using the connect wallet button. We click Phantom here. If it's already on your browser, it should detect and be fine. A typical user will create their own coin from scratch. Okay, so they come up with a name, they'd come up with a token symbol, and they'd come up with an image, and they'd base it on a narrative or a meme or, you know, maybe a world event or something like that. Now, that takes a lot of hard work because you've got to market your thing, you've got to get in on trends and things like that. We're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to use the copy trending tab. So what this does is it finds the coins that are on pump right now and have done well, and that means they've done well in a less, you know, free market in a sense. So these are going to be coins that are really good performers, especially if we put them in a more advantageous position. So you can see here, you've got a bit of information, you've got the names, you've got when they were paired, you've got their market caps, etc, etc. You can use this information to help decide which coin is the one that is for you. Now, any of these is a good choice, especially if you're going to be running these coins in the short term like I do. Most of these coins will be fine. They will serve your purpose just fine. But if you are not happy with the selection, you want something else, you can hit the refresh here and then you'll get a coin here. So I might click this 501 coin just for the hell of it. I know it's a low market cap, but I'll show you that that doesn't really matter for how I do things. Initially, the request will be blocked, so you got to click proceed, confirm, tick a box, and click confirm again. This is a standard part of the process, so every time I make these, I set up the account as new, and just to show you the whole process, so I have to create a new wallet and go through this process. It's a normal part of it, so don't worry. So now we've got our coin, we need to create our own liquidity pool. So what that is us putting a bit of that soul into the coin and getting it on the market. So the only detail we need to change on this menu is the amount of soul. We don't need to change anything else. We just need to put, I would say, about 0.2 soul into this box here. I typically go with 0.2 soul. That works for me. You can go a bit higher or a bit lower, but this has been the most consistent number for me. So if you're running this for the first time, I would suggest you run 0.2 soul. So we're going to create a pool there, confirm that transaction, and then in a few moments, we will be live and on the market. So here we are. Now, this is your pool here. You've got the name, you've got the pool, you've got the soul, the tokens, and the value at $15. See this lightning bolt button here? We're going to click that because this is the most crucial part of the process. So what we're going to do is we are going to boost our token on Dex Screener's trending list for an hour, okay, or up to an hour really, I should say. So we're going to pay the extra 0.25 Sol, and as you'll see later on, we are going to make that money back and then some. So this is crucial because this puts us in the sights of a bunch of bots and trend chasers, which will mean our coin will gain traction very, very quickly. So let's confirm a transaction there, and then we will be good to go. We'll open up Dex Screener and we will have a look at how the coin is performing. So let's take a quick look on Dex Screener and see what's going on. So this is from the very start, and here we go, bang. So already liquidity up to 847 there. It was bumped down a bit, it will go back up soon. There you go, 1.1k, perfect. So the market cap already, we're nearly at the 2k mark, and I'm sure we'll, there we go, I'm sure we'll breach that. There we are. So as you can see, we are performing really well currently. Now I make money on these coins whenever I make these videos, so if you want to be in with a chance of winning half of what I make on this video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I will put you into a prize draw where you could win half of what I make in this video, okay? So let's switch over to create coin in just a few seconds, I think, but looking at some of these numbers, guys, 3.5k on the market cap is incredible. Back to createcoin.fun, we're going to hit a refresh and we're going to see our updated value. Now we're at $15 at the start. Let's see what we end up with now, just before we pull all that liquidity out, pull the rug, and we're being on the correct side of the rug pull this time. So come on now, I can't stall forever. 1.5k, guys, I believe that is a 100x. We've 100x'd our coin. Incredible in terms of its estimated value anyway. So let's remove all that liquidity, hit 100%, remove, confirm, and that money is now ours. So now we should be looking at roughly $1,402. That is really impressive, guys. Look at that insane money. Try this method out yourselves.